do you notice about your body or about how you feel in that moment?
The word cringed comes to mind, like I'm tensed up,
Mm-hmm.
tensed up in my core in all this, and I feel the tension right now.
Very good. Intensify that feeling. Go there. Draw your attention to that area. Intensify it. Magnify it. Expand your vision and tell me what you see, what you notice.
I just like my body became even more tense, and I felt like a balloon within this area of my body, the chest, the core muscles. Like I felt like I did bloom,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like my body did that. And
What do you notice about that balloon? Describe it to me.
I have this vision of that something came inside of me and did this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like has this shape of it's a giant lizard. I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing a giant lizard this way inside of me. Mm, I want this thing out of me. This feels horrible. Oh my god.
Where's where's the lizard and where's the balloon? Is the lizard inside the balloon?
Yes, the
Explain a little bit.
it was like this thing, the lizard, like it entered my body like this, and it made this pop, like
Mm-hmm.
this thing made it, and the body contracted back in, like it,
Mm-hmm.
like a paper bag or something, like a like a grocery bag. When you put the groceries in, it expands and then it forms itself with the weight of the thing, and it goes. It's not like a balloon; it goes with the
Mm-hmm.
weight down. And this is a huge fucking creature. I don't want this thing inside of me. Oh my god.
Very good. So the lizard caused the balloon, is that right?
That's how it
Is that
seemed.
correct?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Let's go there to that lizard. Don't be afraid now. Face it.
Oh,
What do you notice? What do you notice about that lizard?
oh my god, this thing is huge.
Very good. Don't be afraid now. We're going to talk to the lizard. Three, two, one, switch. Hello there. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, it isn't talking yet.
Hmm.
I see it moving inside of me. Uh,
What's happening?
I'm afraid to move because I feel like this thing is gonna puncture my body.
It's not going to puncture your body. Don't be afraid.
And I
What does
feel
it do?
like I'm the like it's like I'm the egg of this thing.
Hmm.
This thing is being it's still in like a hibernation type of like it's asleep, but it's feeding off. I think it's feeding off of me,
Hmm.
but I see this like I literally am inside an egg right now, and I see like this yellow light and these red veins type of things. And this thing is huge. Oh, I
Would you
want this.
allow it to speak through your mouth and your mind?
Yes.
Very good. Allow it to speak.
Talk, you can talk now.
Communicate with us and tell us what's going on.
This, it's like moving around me, inside of me, and it wants to like hatch. It wants to get out. Uh,
Very good. Do you allow it to come out?
I yes, I don't want this inside of me. I want this to come out, but at the same time, I'm afraid that it's some kind of dangerous thing and it's gonna harm me. Oh God! But it's I'm telling it to hatch, to get out, and it's it's like its head is here on this side, like under my left breast, and it's starting to break the shell, and it's coming out this way. It's coming out, and now it's like laying on my stomach. It's curled up. It's laying on my stomach like it's my baby or something. Oh my God. Uh, what is this thing?
Look at it. See what it is.
Who
Face
are
it.
you?
Face it.
Uh,
Identify it.
it's like saying something that it's my fear,
Hmm.
and I'm not getting much messages.
Hmm.
I'm seeing this thing, and it's outside of me now. It's I need
Tell me more
I
about
need
that fear. Facing your
like
fear. Tell
I
me about
feel
your
like
fear.
I feel like I want some light to come in inside of my stomach
Very
from
good.
the spot where it came out,
Hmm.
because I feel like the like my insides are collapsing.
Very good. Cleansing that area now before we let in the light. Wiping it clean. Very good.
Oh God, thank you
Allowing the
so
light
much.
to come in nice and easy. Allowing the light to come in. Don't be afraid. Light is very strong. Light is very strong and powerful. Allow that process to happen. Allow that process to happen as you continue. Now tell me about that fear. Tell me what you notice. What is that fear about? And why does it come in the shape of a lizard?
So this lizard grew even bigger. It's like it's so big, like the Galapagos, the Komodo dragon, those big lizards. It's so huge. and it's kind of it's standing over me like I'm underneath it. It's standing over me this way. It's facing this way. And this thing is growing really fast. This is a giant lizard, giant.
Okay, we're
And
going to make it stop growing now. Stop growing for a moment. Halt that process. And the light is still coming into you. The light is still flowing.
and
You're
this
becoming stronger.
and I feel that the lizard stopped growing, and I'm starting to calm down inside.
Hmm.
And
Calm down completely.
the light is getting out the debris, the filth this lizard left inside. And he's like he's aggressive. He has aggression in him,
Hmm.
and he's like angry.
Why is he angry?
Like the anger is growing in it.
We're going to stop that anger from growing. Going to stop it now. Push pause like a still frame. Stop growing. Very good. Now tell me, why is it angry? And who is it angry at?
It's this is I start to see and understand that this is like this thing is it's my anger and my fear
Mm-hmm.
showing itself by materializing this dragon, this giant lizard, and this is like I'm hearing the animal side, like the animal instinct, that primitive, third dimensional anger and fear. And this is, I'm getting the message that this is feeling like this is like feeding into each other, like
Mm-hmm.
it's a cycle of the fear and anger, the fear and anger. And this animal is it's like a depiction of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got this thought, this sensation that I have been harboring so much anger and fear. So now I don't see that this, now the dragon is still standing over me, and it's kind of this lizard dragon is standing over me, like I'm the like he's possessive over me. He's not doing anything to me. He's not moving. He's just standing there, looking around, and kind of blocking me, kind of overwhelming me. I can't, like the only thing comes to mind to get rid of this thing is to ask it to move, because I don't have the strength to lift it. Like this thing is, it's like, it's like giving me the, like the sensation that this is mine, like this is. So I'm trying to relax myself and start negotiating with this thing, start talking to it. And I'm asking it to move because I can't get up. So I would like to get up, move, move, move. It moved, and I had to like kind of like push it to like an obnoxious dog. Like I had to push it on the side to be able to get up. And now I got up and I'm standing and I'm so tall. And all of a sudden this lizard is getting smaller and smaller. And I am so tall, like unusually tall. I don't even know if I'm a human anymore. Like I'm just like at this strange, tall. And that's, I don't know if I'm wearing something black or this is my energy at this time. Like I'm like black. I'm like this weird. I'm not a human anymore. I'm like just this weird creature, like look humanoid looking, but it seems to be built of like two rectangular pieces, and it's going up. It's going up, uh, and the head is square, and I see the eyes. And now this thing, which is me, it's starting to change color to green. I don't know what this means. I don't know. And this is a weird sensation, weird visual, weird. Like I'm reaching all the way into the sky. Like I can't see the head anymore. Like this thing. I am this creature, and it's so tall. It reaches to the sky. I don't like the lizard is so tiny now. It's so small. It's so tiny. So I don't understand what this is. I'm just gonna wait a moment and see what's gonna happen next with this thing. I see the lizard just like scattering and running away, and now it's just a normal lizard. And almost this this thing, like I'm still extended all the way into the sky, that the head of this thing, which is me, is in the clouds, and my feet are strongly on the ground. It's weird because at first I thought that I'm looking for something in the sky or something to connect to something, but now I started to understand that I'm taking the energy from the ground up. And now all of a sudden everything, when I said that, like this, the energy of the ground, the soil and everything was going up, and all of a sudden everything collapsed into dust. It like went up, and then it became dust particles and just like fell down to the ground. And I'm not no longer this thing. I'm no longer. I'm nothing. I don't know what I am now. I see the snake coming out of its hiding spot and going through the dust particles, checking it out. But I don't. I'm seeing this. I'm there, but I'm no longer that thing. I'm like in etheric body. I'm like a clear, kind of bluish, like a plasma type of like a. You think it's water, but it's like this silhouette. I'm this thing. I'm this energy. I'm this ghost or whatnot. And I'm just observing the nature. And I felt this peaceness and freedom, like this peace and freedom. Feel free. Feel like the weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I feel light and fluid and flexible. I feel good, very good. I have this sensation that I'm not bound by the laws of this place, this earth, like the laws of physics. I'm not bound by that. I'm free. I can move wherever I want. I can go wherever I want. And now I'm sitting on top of this rock, and I'm sitting in a meditative pose, and I'm meditating. I'm like channeling this energy or whatnot. Like I'm bringing more of that energy through myself. I'm like the magnet for that energy, and I'm bringing it to me, and then through me. This energy spreads around and it penetrates the ground, and it's really it's like I'm sitting in this light. I'm channeling this light to the desert, to the ground, to the Mother Earth. And I'm like the light body. I am the light body. I'm like a rainbow ectoplasm or something like that. I feel good. I feel safe. I feel like that nothing bad can happen to me. And I'm just doing that. I'm just channeling this light. And the column of the light coming from the sky is huge. It's a huge light, very strong and powerful. And it's coming through me. Yeah. And I'm getting this message that, yeah, it's coming through you. You have been doing this for all this time.
Where's this light coming from?
It comes from the central sun. It
Mm-hmm.
comes from where we came from. I'm starting to get really emotional.
Mm-hmm. And
Like
who
a
is
memory of
we?
home.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's been, I feel so lonely on this place. On Earth. I love Earth, but I feel so lonely. And
Mm-hmm.
this connection reminded me of how good it is to be home. It's unconditional love. I'm crying, but these are good tears. These are release.
Very good. And how is this light that you're bringing into Earth? How is this affecting Earth?
It's helping to heal and strengthen its energy, its own energy, because we got a message that she needs help,
Mm-hmm.
and we had we decided to send a reinforcement, and I volunteered to do it. I didn't know it's gonna be so
Mm-hmm.
hard. It took me so long to understand what I was supposed to do. But I'm doing it now, and there's no way of stopping it. I grow so strong. I'm so solid, and I'm so strong, and I'm bringing this light everywhere I go. And Mother Earth, she's accepting it, and she's getting stronger and stronger. I'm not the only one who's doing this. There's a lot of souls doing this. They might not know. You also bring light. You're also bringing light. We need you to start to opening this channel and bringing more light. You need to
There's a lot of talk about light, but
meditate.
when we use the word light, is it light in the way that we think of as humans, or is it something else? Explain if you can.
It's When you as a human think of this light, you see a light. You see a white stream of light, and it can be you can have like gold shades, and it's really strong, and it's coming through your crown chakra all the way through your feet to the ground. And this light is, this is what you do, this is what you sign up for. This is the main reason why you were sent here. You don't need to put any, you don't need to analyze this, you don't need to think about it. We just need you to visualize the light, that it's coming through your crown chakra. It's purifying you, and it's going down to the Mother Earth, to her core, to her heart. And the more you do that, then things will be coming to you. You will start seeing, you'll start have this experience Joanna just had, seeing the light body being clear and strong and powerful. And then when you start to see your own light body, you start to see different, like the light which is coming from the central sun. It's becoming, it has more shades. It starts to have shades of rainbow, and they're very light, and they have sparkles. And the sparkles are indication that the energy is strong, and it's coming through you. And this isn't something which humans who are busy with their everyday life and absorbed into their low problems and challenges and worried about financial and all these things. This these stresses of everyday life make you as the channeler of this light not to see the light. That's why you have to spend time imagining this light coming through you, and that will connect you to it. And once you connect it to it, you will start to have messages,
Mm-hmm.
and you will start to understand what this light really is. This
Mm-hmm.
is something which cannot be explained in words. This is unconditional
Speaking.
love coming from the source. It's like the mother's womb. It's like the mother's heart, pure love. And it's coming down to Mother Earth. And it's affecting everybody. The plants, the animals, the ground, and of course the humans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there's more and more people doing this, and it's this is a graduate process, because if the light if you're not prepared, if you are not doing the work, the meditative work, the going within work, contemplations and calling for it, opening your heart for it. This is like the opening the door, because if this light came with all force down without you doing this work, it will destroy your body.
Mm-hmm.
It will kill you. It will kill your human body. Because even though it's so positive and it has all this love vibration in it, it's just too strong. People on this earth have been polluted and infected and harmed and stressed and traumatized to the point that they shadowed the light with all the other things, all the stresses
Mm-hmm.
and the fears and all these things which bother humans. And fear is the most spread out, and from that emotion a lot of different emotions come out, and you as this human need to always keep in mind that it's your responsibility to work on yourself and clean your house within. Like you have to work on clearing out these negative emotions, negative painful memories. Clear them all out by bringing this light, by doing these
Mm-hmm.
sessions, by meditating, going within. This is the time when everyone who sign up for this volunteering job is going within and working on themselves and opening their own hearts more and connecting to this light and clearing their energetical bodies, their
Mm-hmm.
physical and energetic bodies. Once you clear the energetic body, the physical will go.
I see.
And this is something
So,
we,
in order to be a good channel of this light, we have to bring all the dirt to the surface and clear it.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and this light will help you do this. But
Mm-hmm.
remember to connect to it. You don't have to be sitting motionless. You can be doing your work, whatever you do. And when I say your work, I'm talking about physical work. I'm talking about your, when you clean, when you work for other people and you clear their spaces, you clear your space. And when you're doing that
Mm-hmm.
work, just repeat to yourself, I'm channeling light. The light is coming through me. Love and light is coming through me. I'm spreading love and light. I'm anchoring love and light into Mother Earth. And that's all. That's all you need to do. You don't have to spend hours sitting motionless and staring at the wall if you don't like that type of activity.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, it will seem weird and like nonsense, but this isn't nonsense. This is an important part of this work. And it's very simple. And everyone who is having this spark within them, everybody, even those who just want to change, they should be doing this. All the light workers, all those volunteers, they're they're doing it. Some of them are just starting, but what is important is to do it. And this is a beginning of a new era. It's going to be really, really different. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
that you're coming from a long trip, long, very, very exciting trip with ups and downs, and you're tired and your clothes are all dirty and ragged and just used, and you're coming home and you're taking off this clothing because it needs to be clean, it needs to be washed. And you go in the shower and you wash yourself, you cleanse yourself from all the energies and experiences, and transform everything with the water coming down on top of your head. You're transforming all of it, all the dirt, all the impurities, you're washing them away. And you're becoming this crystal clear soul, beautiful soul, your true self. And through this, it's like shedding off the old skin, like the lizards and the snakes do, and becoming the new self. And that's what Mother Earth is doing too. She's shedding the old. And all those who
How
sign up and are working on their vibration to be in the on the new earth are helping with this process. Not everybody will go there, but that is nothing to concern yourself with. There's no need to think about that.
have the light workers that are incarnated on Earth today been doing this work in all of their previous incarnations on Earth?
Yes, but the density of the human existence was so thick and hard to penetrate. And there were other elements of the fact that the earth was, for a certain period of time, was like a playground for the evil energies, for the
Mm-hmm.
dark energies. And they played as much as they could. And they were working very diligently and hard to eliminate any spark of light which was happening, which was showing up. That's why all these wars happen, all this abuse happen, all these negative, harmful things happen. But this experience is, it's over. This experience is over. And the more you focus on the light, the
Mm-hmm.
fastest you disconnect from the negative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like seeing the light, just seeing the light right now. It's it's like the same material, sort of, to say, was I was made of the ectoplasm, the light body. The light is made of that now, and it's almost like this thick gelatinous substance coming down and spreading everywhere, penetrating everything. Feels good, feels peaceful, feels like a success.
Mm-hmm. What would you say to people that think that Earth is going down, is not doing well, it's getting worse?
This is exactly about you do not need to look back who's behind you. Your job is to
Mm-hmm.
look
Mm-hmm.
forward and be in the moment, channel this light.
Mm-hmm.
And if all these people who are focusing on the negatives started to channel the light, there would not be such a there would not be such a scenario that things can go wrong. But again, do not concern yourself with those who chose the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
That means that they still have lessons to learn, and that means that they want to learn these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's holding them there. This is their decision. You can come and flick the switch of the light up, shine the light of the situation. You can tap them on the shoulder and say, look, you can always put on the light and focus within it. But if you choose the opposite, it's a free will. It's your choice. And you have to be aware of the fact that all these people who will choose the negative, who are not there yet, they will be trying to drag you down with them by
Mm-hmm.
creating scenarios, speaking fearful thoughts, feeding into the matrix of depression and fear, because that's what this so-called matrix is. It's an infection which spread out throughout this earth, which was brought by the dark forces.
Mm-hmm.
And the dark forces like to play. They like to enjoy themselves. They like to party.
And what about the frustration that people are having nowadays because of the restrictions that are being imposed on humanity? How should we deal with that?
Adapt and don't think about them. This is
Mm-hmm.
literally what you have to do. Wear the mask. Follow with all these rules, like you have to have a mask in the store or do this, do that. It's just a game, but follow it. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But you work on raising your vibration. You
Mm-hmm.
work on separating yourself from seeing this, from talking about it.
Mm-hmm. So not to be
It's
distracted.
yes, this is like the last attempt to steer the fearfulness, and to it's like the last spell of this infection of this matrix. This is trying to this is the last attempt
Mm-hmm. To
by
hold on to power.
paralyzing people with fear, by paralyzing people with restrictions, and those restrictions create more fear. It's a
Mhm.
chain reaction, but cut the chain. Don't focus on it. This isn't real.
Mhm.
This isn't real. This isn't your reality. And you have the free will of not paying attention to it. So choose with your free will, what do you pay attention to? And remember, the law of attraction is true. It works. The more attention you pay to something, the more of it you get. Everywhere
Mhm.
you look, you see restrictions. If you pay attention to this situation, but this situation is created. This isn't a natural situation. This has been created. This has been spread out to create the last explosion of fear. And imagine
Mhm.
you have all these light workers trying to help and bring the light and love to Mother Earth. And the evil forces are seeing this, and they're panicking. They know that their time is coming to the end, and in the last minute they come up with the virus, with the infection, and they realize that if they attack the whole Earth pretty much at the same time, paralyzing people, locking them in their
Mhm.
own homes, creating humongous fear. They were trying to weigh the earth with this heaviness and make it sink back to the bottom, to the darkness. But it didn't work. The resistance is helping, and that's why you cannot pay attention. Even though you are in at some level affected by the restrictions, don't pay attention to it. Let those who want to participate in the riots and in the upheavals, let them do their thing, but you don't have to pay attention to it. In your mind, this is already the past. This
Mhm.
belongs to the past. You're focusing on the light, you're focusing on channeling the light, on clearing yourself. And once you do that, everything around you will start to shine. It's going to be so nice. But remember, don't get discouraged by the little trip overs you have, by this have the you have to be aware of the fact that they know that you're shining, and they're trying to put some dirt and mud and some unpleasantness on you because they're hoping that you're going to retreat into the hole, the black hole when you were residing for so long, and you'll be shaking and trembling from fear. But it's too late. Your job is to clear yourself and channel the light. And whatever you do will be influenced by this. Once you become stronger within this energy, things will start to fall into place like a puzzle. It doesn't mean that there will be no difficulties. There will be difficulties because you're still doing another work as you channeling this light, as you helping Mother Earth, you also learning your lessons. This is like multitasking.
Mhm.
The main idea was to bring the light and love to Mother Earth and help her. But at the same time, you finishing certain things in your life. You closing cycles. You
Mhm.
completing. And you're getting ready to lift yourself to the higher dimension where that's the most important to understand. There is no those type of feelings like fear, hatred, being upset, being hurt this way. There's in that higher dimension, there's no such a thing. That's why you're experiencing those things right now, and you're learning your lessons right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be, so you can have the wisdom. When you move to the higher dimension, you will have the wisdom, the memory of all this negativity, the contrast, and you will be stronger with choosing the light.
Mm-hmm.
And those who don't want to, who are not ready, they're going to remain in the turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only a certain amount of, okay, let's say it differently. There's a certain amount of souls who have already decided to stay with the third dimensional earth
And why have they chosen that?
because their lessons are not finished.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't either, they didn't learn their lessons, or they didn't get to those lessons yet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always a choice. They already made their choice. They are the ones who are playing into the scenario of this virus. They are the ones who decided to pass away during this time. And don't think in black and white categories about this situation. There's many souls who decided to leave at this time because they were incarnated from different planets. Their vibration was already high, and they had to squeeze themselves and diminish themselves to come to this planet and be play those certain roles. And when this time arrived, they it was time for them to go. Like Stephen Hawking was one of those souls. He came from a different planet, much more involved. There's many souls like that, and those souls are,
Are they not coming back?
they're not gonna come back to the third
Mm-hmm.
dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the need of understanding that centers certain souls decided not to be moved to the fifth dimensional environment because they're not ready for it. They still need their lessons. And certain souls are completed. They're going back home
Mm-hmm.
to their places, and they're returning to the higher dimensions. And everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Everything.
May I ask who's speaking now?
I am Joanna's higher self,
Mm-hmm.
connected to the oversoul, connected to the central sun.
Mm-hmm.
And this knowledge and this energy is being channeled from the central sun, from the oversoul.
And welcome back.
Oh boy, I did not expect that.
Mm.
I'm all glued with my mascara.
Mm. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
So you're talking and talking, and I
Uh
keep,
huh.
asking questions, and it seems like you're not hearing me. So I'm like, and the internet connection was like very unstable. There's a lot of like, choppiness when
Mm-hmm.
you speak, it stops and stuff. And then finally, like after I don't know how long, I see my this thing. It has a red light. It's the mute button.
Oh my God. And I was thinking, like, I was talking and talking, and I'm like, is she even there?
Yeah.
I had that thought. I was like, is she even fucking there?
So I learned my lesson now, cause like
And I was like, are we
I didn't see
disconnected?
it. Yeah. And I'm like, I think she's not. Is she ignoring me, or is she not hearing me? Is
Yeah,
it
I was
the
like,
internet? And then I'm like, oh, the button.
that was funny because I had those thoughts. I was like,
Yeah.
we either got disconnected and I'm talking to a air, or she has nothing to say. And how is that she has nothing to say?
Yeah.
This is impossible.
But I should be. You should check me saying every
Yeah,
once
yeah,
in a
yeah,
while.
yeah. I didn't hear anything, and I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so
So yeah.
funny. This was like a QHHT. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I literally, when I was saying the central sun and stuff, and
Mhm.
I started to cry,
Mhm.
I had this wave, like this emotions, like this,
Mhm.
like good, like
Mhm.
like good, like you melting in that love.
Yeah.
It it's just like it doesn't matter what you did, what you didn't. You are accepted. You are loved. You are taken
Mhm.
care of. It's like melting you. Like it's just
Mm.
yeah. It was really that moment was really powerful because I was like,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, just talking, yeah, Central Sun, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then all of a sudden I felt that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna start like crying here like a baby. And when I saw the light body, I
Yeah.
this was the first time. I never had that experience before. I like when I do the short meditations I do, or when I do the channeling the light, I do that, and I
Mhm.
imagine this this big white light coming
Mm.
toward from the sky to me, and I'm like channeling it through me, and I'm spreading it out,
Mm.
down to the bottom, all the way around me.
Mhm.
And this time I saw, like, on this desert thing, I saw like I mean, this thing was like you can say like how it looked kind of bluish with rainbow or reflections of it,
Mhm.
like when the kids play with the bubbles of the soap.
Yeah.
It looked like that bubble of the
Mhm.
soap, so clear but
Mm.
more like bluish,
Mhm.
and like almost like a gelatin, like, but it wasn't gelatin. And then I that light became, it's like like you imagining it going this way, but the light became so big, like
Mhm.
it was just all over, and it was coming down, and it wasn't it was that 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 thing, that that ectoplasm, that rainbow,
Mhm.
that something. It was amazing. Just to see that vision was amazing.
Mm.
And it was funny how the snake was like, with the tongue, trying to figure out what the fuck, what is this, and it just it took off and stuff. And the
Mm.
lizard, oh my God, that thing was so fucking big
Mm.
that I was literally like, if this thing comes out of me, I'm gonna
Mm.
collapse like a tent, like a tent. There will be
Mhm.
nothing inside. And yeah, it was dark, and like it came out of mud or something. It
Mhm.
was ugh. And it just started to grow, this big fucking lizard standing
Mhm.
like a big horse over me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't move because this thing is blocking me. Like, I can't do anything. And
Mhm.
then once oh, that was weird. I'm
Could you
telling you,
still hear me when I told you to stop it growing?
yes, yes, I
Yeah.
still heard that.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise it might have, I don't know what
yeah,
would have
took
happened.
over. Yeah. And once and then I said that I was this weird fucking, like, two rectangular ones joined together going
Yeah.
up to the sky, and it was like black and flimsy and weird, and had these big eyes. And I can't remember right now what happened with that thing, but the lizard all of a sudden started to shrink, 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 and
Mm.
it became like this little, tiny
Yeah.
lizard, like normal lizard, and
Mhm.
it just took off. It went away. Yeah, that was a very strange.
That was very symbolical, I think.
I think
I
so.
think
Yeah,
it represented the reptilian brain and the fear and the anger and all of that. And then, like, when you have your higher, you know, uh, how to say it, the higher self, but not even like the reptilian brain, and then you have the,
like
like
the
your
like y-
logical
yeah.
thinking is
Mm-hmm.
higher than that, and then the higher than your
Yeah.
human self, like
Mm-hmm.
that just overpowers it, and then this means
Yeah.
nothing really.
Yeah. This means that I released the dragon has been freed and brought up to the, to the their actual size of it.